So this clip is number 5, and we're coming really to the end of the ones that I can pull out without making them too long for you, because I know a lot of YouTubers and people on Facebook don't do anything more than 20 minutes. That would be probably on the outside. Most of you like a short clip to find something that's there, but you'll find Richard's clips on these short clips on my YouTube channel. You'll find them addicting. They'll make you come back for more, and you should be asking questions about these things. So please, like us. You can comment. That's the place to ask questions, subscribe, and of course, ring the bell. These are the things that'll help us do what we want to do here. So check it out. Important. My first weekend there, he still owned that house up in the mountains, and
I remember.
Gary Habermas was teaching apologetics, and he took Gary and me. So here I am with these two giants in the faith, spending a weekend basically sitting at the table with them, and
Mm,
Gary's reading letters from atheists who, he's debated. Anthony Flew. He had one letter from Anthony Flew,
oh, wow.
and at the end of the letter, Anthony Flew says, "Pray for me." It's just,
Wow.
yeah, he has the
Wow.
letter, and I remember it was typewritten. It was
Man.
written on a typewriter, and so, yeah, so it affected me deeply, and I wanted to learn more than anything how to defend my faith, to help at that time
Hmm.
to talk to college students, because we were losing so many of them to the soft sciences as well as the
Hmm.
hard sciences. And postmodernism was kind of at that place where it had climbed, but now it was starting to tail off, but it was really morphing into something else,
Oh,
because
absolutely.
it's still, I mean, it's won over so many people. um,
Absolutely. Well, that
I,
reminds me, when we think about things, and another kind of hook that I do to get people to at least pause long enough to consider that there might be some legitimate role that philosophy needs to play in the conversation. As I said, okay, so let's say we believe in the inerrancy of the Bible, as most, or at least many evangelicals still hold. But you can't believe the Bible is inerrant if you don't know what an error is. You can't say the Bible doesn't have errors if you don't know what an error is. But I would submit you can't know what an error is if you don't know what truth
Truth
is.
is, yeah.
But what truth is a philosophical question.
Hmm.
It just is. Again, we didn't maybe need to lobby too hard for that because nobody didn't know what that meant. If you said, I believe the Bible is true, you might find people that say, well, I don't believe that the Bible is true, but everybody knew what everybody meant. Today, well, I believe Christianity is true. That may just mean, I think asparagus tastes good. And I'm happy you like asparagus. I prefer Brussels sprouts, as if that's true for you, not for me, kind of thing. Well, no, that's
Right.
not what I meant. And now it's even worse. It's morphed. I think you're exactly right. It's a good way to put it. It's gone from, it's sort of the novelty wore off of some of the early versions of postmodernism. Now it's really infected and morphed into this critical theory, to where now even the idea of the laws of logic and the role of evidence and argument are now considered racist if you employ those in any kind of social discourse. That's just Western and racist and white or whatever, however they're going to characterize it. And
Yeah.
you go, wow, uh, 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 we can't just rest on the fact that our fellow members of our culture or our country or Western civilization or anything else. We can't rest on the fact that, well, everybody kind of knows where the boundaries are and what the categories are. No, the very foundation itself is being chipped away. And the only way to sustain an argument, if we're going to sustain an argument, is to lobby for some of these foundational things we didn't used to have to lobby for. I think that's why philosophy is now seeing, in principle, a sort of comeback in some circles in apologetics, because people are realizing, yeah, I guess we can't avoid the philosophical questions anymore. And
No.
thank God there have been a lot of great apologists that God has raised up who are philosophically trained, like a Bill Craig or Paul Copan or Doug Geivett or others we could name. And of course, Norm Geisler prior to that and others. And then as a subset of that, we go, okay, fine, we got everybody sold on the project. Now let's see if we can shore it up and make it as strong as we can. And that's why we argue for this classical tradition, I call it, because that sounds fairly innocuous, doesn't it? Oh yeah, I'm a classical philosopher. Okay, well that's nice.
That sounds
Or
good.
if you want to sound more partisan, you can say the Aristotelian Thomistic tradition, or Thomistic, or Scholastic. There's a lot of different words, or moderate
Right,
realism,
right,
as it
yeah.
was called in earlier literature. Exactly. So there's a lot of different terms to use to make this lobby for this classical realism that we think that's the philosophy it has to be.
Yeah.
Philosophy's fine, but unless it's really good philosophy, it's not really going to deliver. Unless it's the right vaccine, you're not going to be protected from COVID-19, right? It's not just
I,
anything you can inject. It's got
I've
to
got
be
a
the right. So we think this classical method is the vaccine against these intellectual toxins that are surrounding us.
So those are the 5 clips I wanted to include with Dr. Richard Howe, and hope you enjoyed them. Go back to the first one, listen through them all, just see really what he deposits for us. And really, it speaks to the whole wokeism thing that's going on today. And our view of classical philosophy is the answer to wokeism. It is something that will help beat it on its own terms. But just hang in there, and just got one last message to give you too. Hey, this is Ray again, and I just want to thank you for watching this video and want to let you know that I do have a website that you can go to and sign up for our newsletter and any kind of announcements of seminars and conferences, and also new videos that I'll upload there. But I also want to make available to you that if you do sign up, you'll have free access to a 5-session course that I did on an introduction to apologetics. And it'll cover things like truth, and then how we see God in the natural world. We talk about the existence of God, and then the reliability of the scripture. Also miracles. I don't want to forget that. That really looks at countering the naturalistic view of reality. But that's if you sign up, you can get that you can get access to that series. Got to get these words straight in my mouth. And please remember to like this video or this channel. And if you have comments about this video, please, you could look at them or make a comment down below. And then subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. It really helps us get known. We're just starting out, but this is a great way to do it. And remember, ring the bell.